Hey guys, All in Crypto here, and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for another YouTube video. I hope you've all had a fantastic Thursday. Today we're going to dive into Vechain, one of our favourite altcoins. And in actual fact, I'm going to be telling you why Vechain's time may have arisen. We're going to jump into a number of things in this video. We're going to kind of touch from where we left off. In our previous video, I think we made a video over a week ago now in regards to Vechain, and the reason that we haven't really been covering it so frequently is because you guys who have been following the channel already know the direction that we believe Vechain is going in. We think it is in a 5-wave impulse. We've had this 5-wave well before we even started our 4th wave pullback, and ultimately you're following that roadmap out very, very well today. You know, you've not invalidated it, and we believe you're on your 5th and final wave, and within that you've only really made your first impulse. We've compared, and one reason we bring this chart up is because your 1 wave was started in a very similar way to your 3 wave, and now I believe your 5th wave. You know, history repeats, patterns repeat, structure plays out time and time again. And this is essentially what Vechain is going through. And we know that Vechain is typically a lag, and it lags behind the market. How do we know that? We have gone into a lot more detail on this channel where we compared it to a number of altcoins. But the best way to kind of simplify that is to show you the total 2, which is the total money within altcoins, and show you that in actual fact, Vechain typically lags behind the rest of the market and then plays catch up and does very, very well. You guys know that we think Vechain is going to $1 to $1.50. Potentially, or certainly within the end of the cycle, whenever the bull run decides to end. There's a lot of evidence for the fact that cycles are lengthening, and we are actually going to go into next year. That is for an entirely new video that I'd certainly like to share with you, that theory, because it certainly does seem like cycles are getting longer. There's evidence, I mean the evidence is overwhelming for that. And it gives us kind of credence that we're actually going to be topping out into next year. So you may not see that $1 to $1.50 price for Vechain within this year. However, you are going to see new all-time highs in my opinion. And my reason really for this is just to show you, or just to kind of illustrate that you do the same thing time and time again, guys. And you've really got this level of resistance right here that you need to take out for Vechain. But you have indeed, another way, you know, people often are skeptical in regards to the fact that we're following this Elliott wave theory. If we pull the RSI up, and I'm going to put it on a weekly chart to kind of give you the best overview. If you look at what your RSI does, ladies and gentlemen, you can see your waves within here. So this is your 1 wave, this is your 2 wave, 3 wave, 4th wave, and you're starting your 5th wave in the same manner that you started your 3rd wave. So things repeat time and time again. History is the best place to kind of, certainly in regards to charts, predict what's coming in the future. Obviously, there's a number of other things that go into it, but you're setting up. History is just repeating, guys, and Vechain may be having its moment. We see many coins out there that are already making new all-time highs. Certainly when we look at the total 2, that's certainly doing it. This is a common trait for Vechain, and it will typically play catch-up. And just from where we are today, guys, to our prior all-time highs, you know, you're looking at literally a 92%. I'm betting on that personally. I've been accumulating Vechain throughout this entire dip. And I'm going to continue whilst it's at these prices to do that. This is where you buy Vechain, ladies and gentlemen. That isn't financial advice, just on my own opinion. But whilst it's lagging, you know, it will play catch up in relation to the rest of the market. We're going to talk about some of the news that they've had. Vechain have got so many partnerships. We've been over a number and one amazing partnerships. They've got so many great partnerships, and they just keep growing and growing and growing. And we're now kind of seeing VETHO, which is the smart contract side of Vechain, if you will, or the Vechain ecosystem, launch a DEX. You've got the VEX, or the VEX change, which is quite an interesting name. I'm not massively excited about this, but ultimately this is a step in the right direction for VETHO. What's good for VETHO is inherently good for Vechain, as the way that you get VETHO is essentially by staking your Vechain. It's a proof of authority consensus. We did say that we were going to show you how to actually stake Vechain for VETHO and the methods that we use. We are going to do that, but we've been so busy recently, guys, we're going to have to kind of delay that for a little bit. But we will be coming up with a video on how you can actually stake Vechain. I know Exodus will allow you to, but there's a number of ways to do it. So this is where we're at, and this is really why we haven't, you know, made a video on it for a little while, I think over a week, just because it doesn't need to be reiterated at this point. We still hold all our Vechain, and we're going to continue to do so. It is a super, super strong project, ladies and gentlemen. And you're setting up, you know, one thing I want to show you very quickly. you know, you are on your way. Not only did your RSI on your weekly time frame show you that you're, bear with me guys, not only did your RSI show you that you've kind of bottomed out here in a similar way to what you did here, and you're actually on your way into this fifth wave, you can see that you've actually broken a pretty important level of descending resistance. And in this symmetrical triangle, and symmetrical triangles, guys, are just continuation patterns. You can see that you've actually broken out now. You may come back and find yourself having a little retest, quite common. This could also coincide with this area of resistance. But ultimately, guys, you are going to see new all-time highs. It's absolutely coming. You know, crypto as a whole has still got a long way to go in terms of market cap. We're only at 2.6, 2.7 trillion. You're going to get to the 5, 10, and who knows where it potentially could top out as a market cap as a whole. So Vechain is a part of that. It's one of those projects that actually has real world use case and utility. Amazing partnerships. They're very friendly with the Chinese government. This is a award that was issued to Sunny Lu, who of course is the Vechain founder, the CEO. You know, they just keep smashing it. And of course, this was the news really about the DEX coming on Vechain, or certainly the VETHO side of Vechain. So it's all looking good, ladies and gentlemen. I'm super excited for Vechain. I think it's going to do very well, and I think it's going to do a lot in a short period of time. You've just got to hang in there. You know, I know markets as a whole, certainly you guys know that we cover Cardano daily. The price is very lackluster at the moment, but this is how markets work. You know, the inner workings of markets are very complex. Price is determined by perhaps what many of you might not expect it to be, and is often a poor representation of true value, and value gets realized over time. And the pump and dumps that you're seeing at the moment, certainly if we take a look at Shiba, I know a lot of people that FOMO'd into Shiba recently, and I kind of said not a great idea, to be honest with you, because for every time you'll get it right, you'll get it wrong, and with the time that you do get it wrong, we'll wipe you out. I've learned that lesson from trading. But you can see Vechain essentially has broken out here of this huge descending resistance. You've just essentially stayed in this kind of wedge, and you're now on your way to your new all-time highs, which is about a 93, 94% impulse. So things are looking absolutely fantastic, ladies and gentlemen. We've got many coins out there that are actually doing significantly better than Vechain and these other projects, but this is how markets move. You know, they don't. The whole market, don't get me wrong, the whole market can pump together, but you'll see coins outperform others over certain time periods. You know, whether that be Bitcoin, which leads the rally, and then you'll see Ethereum play catch up with Bitcoin, and then you'll see a larger altcoins, and then you might have a pariah that's, you know, got some huge news on the back end of it. Like for example, we've seen POLKADOT do very well recently due to the parachains coming live, which is essentially their smart contract moment, kind of turning on of that. But ultimately, Vechain will have its moment, and you could be potentially on the precipice. And if we are within this fifth and final wave, which there's certainly plenty of evidence for, we've not invalidated this Elliott wave structure to date. It's going to be a very fruitful couple of months ahead of us, in my opinion, because you could be having your biggest move or entering your biggest move within this fifth wave. You know, your third wave is typically your largest. We think you've had one wave up, you've had your ABC correction, and you're now on to your next wave. And you can see that this is how the markets move, guys. You're doing the same thing today, the same thing over here, going into this 5 wave that you did going into your 3 wave, and you did going into your 1 wave. Even though market conditions were exceptionally different here, here, and here, the structure plays out. And you can even see this in the volume profile. Can you see this dipping? Then you've got your 1 wave, dipping, enter your 2 wave, dipping, enter your 3 wave. This is what you're looking at, guys, in regards to volume. All of the roads lead to the same destination in regards to Vechain. Fundamentally, they're fantastic. It's a solid project, guys, and they really are solving a huge issue, and that is the supply chain issue, and they are focused on that. We know they're doing a little bit of experimenting, if you will, with VETHO. They're kind of branching into a new sector, a broader audience. But this ultimately is good for Vechain, as Vechain it's considered like the smart money of the ecosystem. So yeah, so that's really the majority of what I've got for you in this video. It's currently sat at 14 cents, probably get up to 15. We're at a $9.5 billion market cap, still plenty of room to grow there. But yeah, watch this space, guys. It's absolutely coming for Vechain. We've not sold a single Vechain or a single VET. We've got it all staked, and we're receiving VETHO. And I think this is one of the best strategies you can have. You know, compound that, get something out of it. Don't just have your investment sat there and let the underlying investment appreciate over time, which is what it's going to do, guys. And we'd be stupid, in my opinion, or foolish to sell at these prices when we're anticipating such a spectacular coming months. So that's really all I have for you guys. I'm going to love and leave you. Let me know in the comment section what are the sort of coins you want me to cover. We're still exceptionally bullish on Vechain, and this is why I made the video today, just to reiterate that. They're doing fantastic things. I mean, just head over to their Twitter. You know, they're doing absolutely amazing, guys. And they're really, one reason I'm also exceptionally bullish on Vechain is they're really tackling this whole green energy scenario, this whole green energy issue. And that's something that has me exceptionally bullish, because this is going to become more and more of a factor in everyday life, more and more of a consideration. Vechain are already positioned to do very well in that market, and they go outside the realms of just a supply chain blockchain. I'm going to love and leave you, ladies and gentlemen. If you enjoyed the content, like us, always appreciate it. So as a video, join the Discord in the description, and if you can delegate to the all-in crypto stake pool, ticker all in, please go ahead and do so. I'm going to love and leave you guys. Have a fantastic Thursday.